everyone, Sheree here. I'm back again today to share a few more pages from my December daily album. Today I'll be working on pages 6, 7 and 8. So I'm starting off with day 6 and I'm using a couple of cards from the Paislee Press mini kit. This is about Madison writing out her Christmas cards for her friends at school. So keeping it very simple, we've just got a photo of the little pile of cards with their candy canes that she had ready to hand out at school the next day. Alright, so I think I'm just going to be keeping that one in the top left corner. I'm just going to position the cards like that, and then I've got some journaling and another line of text here that I've just typed out using my We Are Memory Keepers typewriter, and I've just cut that down to size. So I think I'll be adding that there. I'll just add this line of text at the top there, and I'll probably just put the number on that card there. So I'll pop you on fast forward. I will be adding some stitching to this, so I'll go and do that. And okay, so the stitching is now done and they're secured into place. So now I'm just going to add the gold star to that 6x4 card. That can just go straight into the page protector. For this photo, I'm just using a Felicity Jane gold mini wide paper clip on the side, and it did go a little bit crooked there, so I'm just going to straighten that one up. So that one is now done, and for this card all I'm going to do is add the gold number to the very center of the card. Then I can slip that one in as well and call this page done. So that's day 6, and now I can move on to day 7. So day 7 is going to be like a little mini layout. It's on a 6x8 piece of paper, which I think is from Paislee Press, and I've got a 3x4 inch photo going at the very bottom of the page. This page is just about a little lunch date that my husband and I had this particular day. I've typed out the journaling onto some thick white paper using my We Are Memory Keepers typewriter. So they're just cut into strips, and now I've got this red heart that's going at the top, and I used some 2017 Felicity Jane Joy paper for that and just punched it out. So now I'm going to stick those strips down, and then off camera I will add some stitching and show you how that looks. So the stitching is done on each strip, and I've added a little bit of message stitching to the middle of that heart as well. Now I've got this gold glitter heart from crepe paper that I've just stuck onto the side of that red heart, and I've also got these pieces stamped already as well. I've used the Paislee Press stamp set, and this one says add this to the happy file, which I've stamped in red, and that's just going at the very bottom of that photo. And then I decided to add a little touch of gold to the middle of that with one of those gold confetti stars. So I'm using liquid glue for that since I couldn't find my tiny glue dots. So now that one's on, I've also got another stamped piece that says Eat, Drink and Be Merry, which is also from the Paislee Press stamp set, and I've cut it out to a little tag along with a piece of acetate, which I've cut to roughly the same size. So just little rectangles with a hole punched in the top. I added one of those Kate Felicity Jane gold glitter numbers to it, and I love that you can see through the acetate tag to see the other one underneath because they are layered. And I've threaded them onto some twine, and now I'm going to attach it to the photo using one of these Felicity Jane gold heart paper clips. So just threading it onto the paper clip there, I can attach it to the top right of the photo, and then they can just hang down the side. So this page is done and ready to go into the page protector. So I'm quite happy with how that one's turned out as well. For day 8 in my album, I've got this large photo printed out. I just printed this at home. It's 6x8 in size, so this one will just be slipped straight into the page protector. I think I'm going to keep it really simple and just add the Felicity Jane gold number 8 down the bottom corner there. And for the journaling to go with this photo, I've printed it out onto some plain white cardstock. The font I've used here is called Typo. And I think this tag is roughly 7 inches tall and about 4.5 inches wide, and I've just cut that to a tag shape myself and punched a hole at the top there. So I think for this one I've just got a strip of that buffalo plaid paper from Felicity Jane, and I'm going to put that across the bottom And now I think I'm going to go and stitch all around the outside edge of this tag. So I'll do that and I'll be back in a moment. Alright, so the stitching's now done and I've gone right around the edge of the tag and across that strip along the bottom there. So I'm going to add some stamping to the top now, and I'm using the Lola stamp set and the phrase Today's Story. So I'm just going to use some Stays On ink. I'll do a little test stamp first onto some scrap cardstock, then I can go onto the tag. So I stamp this and it does look good, but then I decide I want a little bit extra on this tag. So I'm going to stamp it again nice and straight onto that scrap cardstock and cut it out, and then I'm going to stick it over the top of where I've already stamped and add some stitching. So there was nothing wrong with how it did stamp up, it looked perfectly fine, but I just wanted that little bit extra texture on there. So use my trimmer to cut it out, cut it down to size. Now I can use a little bit of double-sided tape to stick that one on, and then I'll just grab my sewing machine and add some stitching. So nice and quick and easy, just one row of stitching. I do go backwards and forwards right at the beginning and the end of my stitching so that I don't have to worry about it coming unraveled. And then I can just trim off those threads, and that's all done. So for finishing this one off, I just want to add this little red flower. I have had these flowers in my stash literally for years, but I just thought it needed something red just to pick up the red from the photo on the other side there. So I do use a glue dot. Since I stuck it down with the glue dot, the flower has come off a couple of times. So in my next video, you'll see that I do end up reattaching that with some liquid glue. The glue dot just didn't cut it this time. Alright, so I'm not going to add the ribbon just yet because I do need to continue on the other side of the tag in tomorrow's video. But for now, I'm just going to use my 6-hole punch and punch the holes down the side so that this tag can go into the album. So I try not to punch over any stitching, and it all works out in the end. So I hope you've enjoyed seeing how these 3 pages have come together. I will be back very soon to share day 9 with you. Let me know if you've got any questions, just pop them in the comments down below and I'll leave you with these close-up photos at the end. Thank you so much for joining me again today, and I'll see you again soon. Bye for now.